Thank you, Chairman Thompson and Subcommittee Chair Johnson and Ranking Member Davis for holding this hearing. And I want to thank the witnesses for appearing here today. And though it's a considerable imposition on your time, we appreciate you being here with us today. In a short period of time, prediction markets have become a multi-billion-dollar industry, and some experts anticipate that prediction markets will be a trillion-dollar industry by the end of this decade. What was once a nascent industry is now here to stay, which makes hearing like this, like the one we're having today, even more important. This hearing is vital to the financial future of Americans, so I apologize for my colleagues earlier bringing in the ugly relics of the past, like the relevance of SEC football. Mr. Kennedy, I'll start with you. It's been noted that the CFTC is significantly smaller than the thousands of state and tribal employees involved in gambling regulation. I think this undercounts the number of people involved in derivatives market regulation. Can you please explain how the FCMs, the exchanges, and the National Futures Association all work cooperatively with the CFTC to police derivatives markets?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. Yes, so I think Rob's, the term he coined, the regulatory sort of multiplier, helps explain what exchanges as self-regulatory organizations, the involvement of NFA with the clearing brokers, how you have multiple regulators and registered parties surveilling these markets, looking at customer trading, identifying instances of potential manipulation, escalating these issues, and working collaboratively, talking to each other regularly. So to suggest that we're, by looking only at the CFTC's employee numbers, that's the only sort of a part of the analysis, I think, is misleading. Looking at the cooperation and the collaboration between multiple regulators, including the exchanges, which are regulators, I think is a better assessment of the capabilities of these markets to enforce and surveil.
Thank you. Mr. Schwartz, during your time as General Counsel of the Commission, how did you see the interactions between CFTC, NFA, and DCMs working in practice?
Well, on the enforcement front, it's very impressive. As I alluded earlier, the agency's interests in preventing wrongdoing on exchanges are very much aligned with the exchange's interests in preventing wrongdoing on exchanges. If the markets are viewed as rigged, it's bad for business. For the National Futures Association's part, if the industry falls into disrepute, that is contrary to its core mission. So there are referrals all the time. You have seen one of the exchanges very proudly trumpeting the referrals that it's made to the CFTC, and you have seen the CFTC going after what apparently are the worst of the worst imaginable violations to send a message. So you can see that working, the interconnections there working, and it has worked the same way with traditional derivatives markets for years.
Thank you. Mr. Meir, one thing we hear a lot about in the news is the acts of insider trading that have taken place using prediction markets. You work very closely with prediction market platforms to detect possible acts of insider trading and to uphold integrity of these platforms. Do you feel the CFTC proposed rule would provide adequate oversight of prediction markets to prevent insider trading?
Thank you for the question. I would say there's two angles for it. First of all, from the Commission perspective, yes, we believe that the current frameworks that exist today provide the guidelines for DCMs to put in front a compliance program that's comprehensive in order to detect market manipulation and insider trading. To Rob's point, I'll also mention that it's important to keep in mind that the DCMs themselves, before waiting for any additional clarity from regulators, are taking the extra step usually to make sure that there's proper level playing field in order to usher in mainstream adoption. Ultimately, that's their goal. They want to make sure there's good level playing field and to usher in both retail and institutional one day. And so everyone has the incentive to make sure there's a level playing field.
Okay. Are you aware of any gaps that Congress needs to step in with legislation to address?
I am personally not aware of any gaps that we've heard from the trenches working with compliance professionals, but I would leave it to the legal experts on the panel to opine on that.
Thank you all very much again for being with us today, and I yield back.